Welcome to episode 10 of the Unemployed Journeyman with Borussia Dortmund here in Germany and the Bundesliga. And after a recent spate of injuries, I'm left with a bit of a difficult decision to make. Okay, so we start off here at the injury page at the medical centre. And like I say, we've had a spate of recent injuries. As you can see, in September, we had 10 injuries in the month of September, followed by 5 last month and 5 so far this month in November. All of our injuries so far are higher than what they were last season, so we need to hope this calms down a little bit. One of the injuries we've had is this guy here, Erez Levi. He was out injured for about 4 weeks. Is this his most recent one? Yeah, out for 4 weeks with a calf strain. Now, before he got out injured, I had a bit of a conundrum, really, in the fact that Karim Konate, who is basically his understudy, was starting to score some goals. And I started to think to myself, I'm going to have to make a decision on either starting Konate or keeping faith with Levi, because Konate's putting a bit of pressure on him. As it turned out, Levi then got injured and Karim Konate obviously then slotted in to start games. And if we go over to the schedule and have a look, the last time he was with me in Friday's episode was the home game in the Europa League against Wolves, which we won 3-1, and the away game in the Bundesliga, which we won 4-2 against Hoffenheim. And as you can see, if we go to the game against Wolves, Levi not on the score sheet, and he had a decent game, but what wasn't on the score sheet. And then he got on the score sheet in the game against Hoffenheim. He then got injured. I can't remember whereabouts he got injured now, but we then played Wolfsburg. Erez Levi started that game, didn't play particularly well. I brought on Karim Konate and he got 2 goals for us. We'd gone 1-0 down as well through Kaminsky. And then, like I say, we brought on Konate in around the 60th minute, and in less than 10 minutes of being on the field, he scored his first goal. And then 2 minutes before the end, he scored the second to give us a 2-1 win. So he was quite lucky to get the win in that game. Then came the next game against Werder Bremen, away from home. Erez Levi getting on the score sheet, as you can see, but he did pick up an injury. That was the game he picked up his calf strain. Karim Konate came on for him and got a goal as well. And it was at this point where I started to think to myself, Karim Konate is doing pretty decently. Do I start him or do I keep with Erez Levi? Obviously, at the point, I didn't know the extent of Erez Levi's injury. I thought it might have just been one that kept him out for a few days or something. Felix Gebhardt as well, our number 1 goalkeeper, picked up an injury. He was out for around the same amount of time as well, so we had to use Alban Lafont in goal. Then came the Europa League game, which having Alban Lafont wasn't necessarily a problem because I do want to play him in the Europa League, give him game time basically. Karim Konate started this game and got a hat-trick. It's 5-2. We went 1-0 up through Konate in the 6th minute. Then they equalised in the 10th minute, making it 1-1. Then we went 2-1 up through Kamiri, 3-1 up again through Konate, then 4-1 up through Kamiri again. And then they got one back to 4-2, and then Karim Konate completed his hat-trick to make it 5-2. So a very nice, convincing win. And a hat-trick from Karim Konate, great way to start life with Levi injured. Then against Mainz, this was completely shocking to me. I was still shocked now. Mainz were 5th in the league at the time. I don't know where they are at the moment, but they're 6th now, so they haven't dropped down too far. But again, another Karim Konate hat-trick. 2 games in a row that he got a hat-trick. Schlotterbeck getting the first goal from a corner, then Konate getting the second. We also had goals from Remco Beckhus and Karim Adeyemi getting a couple as well. Beckhus also got a couple. An 8-0 win at home against Mainz. I did not see that coming considering they were 5th in the league. Then we played Kiel in the DFB Pokal second round. A very much rotated team in this game. We even played Alexander Simonovsky up front. And he actually had a pretty decent game as well. But as you can see with this game, if we actually go to the actual stats screen for it, they went 1-0 up through Sander. We then pulled one back from Bradley Barcola, who's also having a very good season at the moment. Schmidt then made it 2-1 before Carnevale, who I brought on at half-time. I swapped both fullbacks over at half-time, brought on Carnevale and Nunes. Carnevale, 6 minutes into being on the pitch, pulled it back to 2-2 before Frederick Reuter from a Hesse corner made it 3-2. But then we conceded another one to make it 3-3. And then in extra time, Bradley Barcola getting his second of the game to make it 4-3. Karen Canate also had a goal disallowed. Otherwise, it would have been 5-3. But yeah, really up and down, topsy-turvy game. Really concerned about our second string side that we managed to make such a meal out of a game against a team like Kiel. But anyway, we then moved on to Stuttgart, a 0-0 draw. The first time we've actually dropped points this season. It's in the league, obviously. And yeah, we were solid defensively, but from an attacking perspective, we were not very good. And Karen Canate was not very good either. Then we played Bodo Glimt in the Europa League group phase. Goal from Barcola, 2 from Kamiri, 1 from Schlotterbeck. Adiemi and Fontes, both of their wide men, picking up injuries. We really are getting hit hard by injuries at the moment. Then we played Hanover at home, a 3-0 win in this game with Baumgartner, Barcola and Canate getting on the score sheet in that one. Karen Canate, as you can see, after the back-to-back hat-tricks there, went a few games without getting a goal, but then got his goal back there. But now Giovanni Reina is injured as well. So that brings us to today's episode where we play Freiburg and Sporting, both away from home. Sporting obviously in the Europa League, Freiburg in the Bundesliga. They are 10th in the Bundesliga. If we have a look at the Bundesliga table, Freiburg are down here in 10th, so are just about in the bottom half of the table. But they also have Yusufa Makoku, who is the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga at the moment. Look at this for assists. I mean, we've got Beckhus and Adiemi first and joint second in the assist charts. This Beckhus, Remco Beckhus, really is such an amazing player. He really, really is. And we've also got Gebhardt and Lafont, both in the top 3 for clean sheets. I mean, I don't think I've ever had 2 goalkeepers in the top 3 for clean sheets before, but it is what it is. In terms of us and our performance in the league, 11 games played, 10 wins, 1 draw, a goal difference of plus 35. We are just motoring with goal difference. We're 5 points clear of Bayern Munich. And if we look at the schedule, we do have Bayern Munich coming up at the end of December. So the plan is that we play these 2 games today. And then in tomorrow's episode, we're probably going to come back for Bayern Munich and Leipzig. Bayern Munich second, Leipzig fourth. That will be the biggest test of our credentials so far this season. Right, let's move over to the Matchday Centre and let's get into the first game of today's episode against Freiburg away from home in the league. Right, here we are then. And let me tell you about the tough decision I've got to make, because obviously with Erez Levi now back from injury, he's not played since he's come back from injury, but he is available to us and he is on the bench, not quite sharp. And Canate at the same time isn't quite match sharp, but he is match fit in terms of the fact he's been playing regularly. So I've got Levi on the bench for now. The decision I've really got to make is who is my number 1 striker. Is it Erez Levi, who, if we look at him in all competitions, made 12 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist at a 7.10. He's really shone in the league though with 8 appearances, 6 goals at 7.28. Whereas if we look at Karim Canate, not only is he rated better by star ratings and attributes, in 13 appearances, 6 of which have been starts, he's got 11 goals, 1 assist at 7.56. And in the league itself, 8 appearances, 8 goals, 1 assist at 7.70. If I'm looking at all the evidence suggests to me that Karim Canate is the better striker. He's the more informed striker. So therefore, it's a no-brainer that I go with him. But I love Erez Levi. He's my boy. We got him in at Monaco. I mean, you know the history with him. But for today's game, I can ease myself with the fact that Erez Levi's just come back from injury, as is Felix Gebhardt as well, by the way, hence his lack of sharpness. So, yeah, we're going to get into it with this. And there is a slight change as well, that because of injuries to Adiemi and Fontas, I'm going with Beckhus on the right-hand side of midfield. Usually he plays in here in the Mazzala role, and I'd usually play someone like Reina out there, or maybe Dieter Hesse. Szymanowski can play on the left, Barcola could come over on the right. There's plenty of options. But I'm going with Beckhus because he can play it And when we look, I mean, look at this, 5 stars. When we look at his attributes, he's got 17 for acceleration, 17 for pace. So he's going to be lightning quick down that left-hand side. He's got very good dribbling. He's got decent crossing. Finishing needs a bit of work for an inside forward, but he could be a bit of a menace. By the way, I've just noticed he's 5'3". He's bordering on being a very short person. I'm quite surprised at that. But anyway, here's the team we go with. Gebhardt in goal. Carnevale and Nunez in the wing-back positions. Schlotterbeck and Esteve in the centre of defence. Stiller, Bidstrup and Kamiri in the midfield. Barcola and Beckwith out wide. And Konate up top. Let's get into the game. And like I say, Freiburg, the fact they are in the bottom half of the table, we would be expecting to win this game, especially with the form we've been on this season. We have been playing some really, really good stuff. There's been a couple of iffy games. They have got Moukoko up front, though, who obviously a former Dortmund player as well. If he does score against us today, I'm hoping he doesn't celebrate, because that's a respectful thing to do. I mean, personally, I'm all for a striker or anybody celebrating scoring a goal, so I have no problem with them when they do. But yeah, Freiburg being in the bottom half of the table, we would be expected to win this. But you can't underestimate anybody. And like I say, when you've got a striker like Moukoko up top, then you've got goals in your team. Right, Freiburg have a throw as the first highlight. Well, that's not a penalty, surely. That was outside the area. This will be reviewed with VAR. I'm expecting it to come up no penalty. Oh my word, it's been given. That was so out of the box. Moukoko's going to add another goal to his tally. Oh, there he goes. He's celebrating like a good one. He's giving it the old shirt tug and everything. I mean, all right, go a bit easy, you know what I mean? But that is not a particularly good... We've not even had a shot at goal yet. We have just about had one now. Not on target, but let me just... I'm going to give a little berate to the team and see if that works for the last 10 minutes before half-time. Because, I mean, we've started to get a couple of shots in now, but we've not had a single highlight in our favour. Here we go. We finally get one right at the end of the half. Kamiri with the ball. Gives it to Esteve. Back to Kamiri. To Nunez. Finds Beckwith. Oh, is that a penalty? It is. And that one we know is in the box. So VAR should absolutely be awarded. If this comes up as no penalty when the other one was given as a penalty. There you go. Penalty award. Who's going to take it for us? It's not Konate. I'm assuming it's going to be... Oh, no, Stiller. And Stiller puts it in. I thought it was going to be... Actually, don't know who I thought. I thought it was going to be Beckwith, actually. But no, it wasn't. It was Stiller. And he scores right on the stroke of half-time. And that is 1-1. We've got ourselves out of a bit of a hole there. I'm going to point the finger and say I'm not happy. Because I'm not. 1-1 at half-time is not good enough. We need to be doing better. So let's put the first half behind us. And let's concentrate on picking up the win. Nunez is not playing particularly well on that right wing-back position. And we're getting to the hour mark now. We're around substitution o'clock. And I think we're going to make our first changes. Samson Dyke can come on for Gaston Nunez because A, he's not playing well. Plus, he's on a yellow card. Karim Konate is tired, so he can come off for Erez Levi. Kind of thinking of bringing Bidstrup off. And I might bring Giovanni Reina on. Does it make a difference? So I think we'll do that as well and put Beckwith back in his midfield position where he's played all season. I've not played him out wide at all this season. So maybe that was a bit of an error on my part. I just thought he looked suited to be playing out wide as an inside forward. Right, let's make our final substitutions. I'm not really sure. I mean, Bradley Barcola's not having a particularly good game, so Hesse can come on in place of him. And I think we bring Carolot on for Dijon Kamiri, who's not playing particularly well. He's not having a bad game, but he's just not. We have now kind of turned this into being the better team in this game, but we could do with getting that second goal to keep our winning run going. Or is this going to be the second game of the season where we drop points? It's looking like it is. There's no highlights coming, and that, I mean, we're playing a lot of added time. That is it. It's all over. We've drawn away from home against Freiburg. That is disappointing considering the chances we had, I have to admit. Not a great way to start the episode, folks. And their next game is going to be a real tough one. That is away from home against Sporting Lisbon in the Europa League. So, yeah, let's get to that game against Sporting. Right, welcome back. And just a bit of news to update you on. Bayern Munich lost against Hertha Berlin. So while I thought that was a poor result, us dropping points against Freiburg, in actual fact, we've gained a point on Bayern Munich. We're now 6 points ahead of them in the Bundesliga. So thank you very much, Hertha Berlin. Worryingly though, we play Hertha Berlin twice coming up. We've got them in the next match after this against in the DFB Pokal third round. And then we've got them again in the Bundesliga, both away from home, in a very similar place in the league to what Freiburg are as well. If we have a look at the Europa League phase, we are here. We are top. 4 games, 4 wins, 13 goals, 4 conceded. Sporting are 4th. So this is going to be a very, very tough game. Let's get into it then. We'll turn on the opposition instructions. There's been a slight change. I've brought Erez Levi in to play on the right-hand side because it says here he can play on the AMR. So we've brought him into play. I've never played him on the right-hand side in my life. So not with Monaco, not here at Dortmund, never. So he's on the left with Beckhus going back into the Mazzala role in the midfield. Actually means a midfield of Kamiri and Beckhus is a really good-looking midfield, and with Konate in front as well. Levi out wide, Barcola. In theory, we should have plenty of goals in us. Their defence is also very good. So the team we start off, I am going with Gebhardt as well, even though I said earlier on in the episode that Lafont is my Europa League goalkeeper. Because of Gebhardt's sharpness, I want to keep him in goal to get that sharpness back up. So Gebhardt is in goal. Carnevale left back, Nunez right back, Schlotterbeck and Esteve in the centre of defence, Stiller, Beckhus and Kamiri in the midfield, Barcola and Levi out wide with Konate up top. Let's get into it, and hopefully, even though we are away from home, we can pick up a win here, because if we have an episode to start the week off where we don't win a game, I'm going to start to worry that the wheels are coming off slightly. So yeah, let's get this win on the board, and then with 5 wins from 5 games, you'd probably say that you would fancy us to go through automatically to the round of 16. They have a corner though as the first highlight. Got a nice looking stadium as well. We head the ball away, but they're coming straight back at us again, and what a strike that was. Christian Campos, I mean, that was a strike and a half. I don't think there's a goalkeeper in the world that was going to stop that. And that is, again, we get off to a poor start. Stiller with the corner, and Esteve heads it in for his 2nd of the season. He's got us right back in it. It's almost an instant reply. And well done, Maxime Esteve. 5 minutes between the 2 goals. Here's the next highlight. Looks like we're going to have a match full of highlights at this rate. They're playing it around between the goalkeeper and their centre-back. We've intercepted. Beckhus has got to Konate. Oh, my. Oh, if I put Levi there, would he have scored that? This is the issue I'm going to have whenever Konate... I mean, that was a sitter almost. It really was. And when you manage to pounce on the opposition making a mistake, you need to take full advantage of it, really punish them for that mistake. But Karim Konate with a terrible miss. Levi never would have missed that. Right, here's Nunez to Kamiri. Goes back to Esteve. Nunez, bit of a wasteful pass there from Nunez towards Levi. They've got the ball back, but we win it again through Carnevale. It's Konate. Finds Kamiri. Oh, it's saved by the goalkeeper. It's gone out for a corner. Can't blame Kamiri. Right, Stiller with the corner. Will it be an in-swinger towards that near post for Esteve again? It is, but it's headed away. Barcola gets to the ball first. And then he's made a wasteful pass. And they could be through on goal here. I mean, we've done well to defend that and push them back a little bit. And the highlight ends. So well done to, I think that might have been Schlotterbeck or Carnevale, one of the two. But there you go, 1-1 at half time. Oh, what am I saying? It's pump fist. We can still win this. Keep working hard and it will come. I mean, Esteve seemed motivated and Gaston Nunez became aggressive. Not really the desired effect I was hoping. Oh, I don't want the wheels to come off. I really don't. We've had like 5 shots on target in this match. Gebhardt comes out and claims it nicely. Good command of his area there from Gebhardt. Rolls it out to Esteve. Now with Kamiri to Beckhuse. Gives it to Barcola, to Carnevale. Carnevale can bring it forward down this left-hand side. Beckhuse to Barcola, Carnevale, Beckhuse. Levi, Kamiri scores. Levi gets an assist in his new role out on the right-hand side. And we are 2-1 up in the Europa League, away from home, against Sporting. I mean, we have been the better team. You can't argue the stats. Possession's been very even. But XG-wise and shots, we have been easily the better team. Right, Carnevale is looking a bit tired, as is a couple of other people. I think Bradley Barcola can probably come off, and we can bring on Dieter Hesse for him. And I don't really want to bring anyone else off. I think we leave it with just the one change for now and leave it 10 minutes before we make a couple. But I think the next substitution we make will have to be Carnevale coming off. Right, Sporting have the ball now. Can we win it back? They get across into the box. Oh, I think they've hit the crossbar there. Oh, we're riding their luck at the moment, and Beckhuse can bring it away for us. Oh, he almost found Erez Levi, but not quite. The highlight comes to an end. No harm, no foul. And Carnevale, like I said, I think he's going to have to come off. Alex Valle can come on. And I think, really don't know who to bring off next. It's kind of seamless. I think we're going to bring Rayner on for Levi because he's looking a bit tired as well. But then again, so's Canate. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Levi can move up top. Rayner can go out wide. Canate can come off. We're so close to getting a really important win here, guys. Right, Stiller with the corner. Puts it in towards the near post. Esteve headed it very much over the bar. I think he thought they were rugby posts in front of him rather than the goal post. Right, last 10 minutes. Samson Dyke can come on for Gaston Nunes. And then I think we can bring on Mauricio Farina for Angelo Stiller. That completes their substitutions. I mean, it would actually be a bit of a catastrophe in terms of how dominant we've been if we don't hold on to this. And we have done. We have beaten Sporting Lisbon away from home. That was a really good performance from us. It really was. Esteve and Kamiri with the goals for us after going 1-0 down. This team has fight in them. There's no doubt about that. Well done, lads. That's a good result for us. And if we look at the table, Sporting are now down to 8th. We are top of the league. And we're 5 points safe, or 5 points inside here with 3 games to go. So another win would probably secure it. If we have a look at the schedule to see who we play next in Europe. Oh, I hate it when it does this. There you go. So the next game in Europe is against Fenerbahce, who are in 20th in that table. Then we've got Sparta Prague, who are 31st, and Young Boys are 35th. To be honest, I'm probably not going to show you any more of the Europa League games for this group stage because I think you can basically say we're through. So, yeah, we'll come back in tomorrow's episode for Bayern and Leipzig, 2nd place and 4th place. If we get through them 2 games and we're still top of the table, then I will call it now. We are going to win the Bundesliga. I am that confident. We've also got Bayer Leverkusen, who are 3rd after the Fenerbahce game. So we're probably going to rest players for the Fenerbahce game as well. So a really tough run of games coming up with Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern and Leipzig. So yeah, Bayern and Leipzig will be in tomorrow's episode, folks. Join me for that. Thank you very much for watching this one. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you tomorrow for episode 11. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.